Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Heed Army podcast live. We're all here tonight, but Davey, he's on the move. He's in his car. We'll join him very shortly. Don't worry, hands-free. He's going to be talking to us. We haven't got video of him, but he is with us, and Mickey is as well. What a weekend to talk about. We have going away down to Southend. The first time we've actually picked up a win down at Southend United. But before we get any further into that and previewing the game against Eastleigh tomorrow, big thank you to our sponsors, Northern Print Solutions, and partners, Patrick. And we've heard it on the grapevine, our Heed Army podcast coats are on the way. Woohoo! Just in the nick of time, and it's bloody freezing on a match day. I'll bring the boys in. Hello there, Mickey.
Good
and
evening.
Hello, Steely.
Good evening, lads. Good evening.
There we go. So we've got. Steely won't see this till he watches it back. I'd put like a topic banner that's going along the bottom, like a ticker tape, and it's got obviously topics, and then I put like where it say will Mickey smile. Steely missing. Have you seen him? Well, let's say that one. But let's say send in all your messages on all of those things, and remember like and subscribe, lads. The weekend that until it got to Saturday morning, I wasn't that confident. Then on Saturday, as you lads know in our group chat, I was like, we're going to win this. And I spoke to Mickey. I said, I fancy Tananga to score. I mean, it's easy for us to say in hindsight, but I wouldn't have mentioned if I'd have got it wrong, but I got it right.
you got it spot on, Davey. I mean, I wasn't. I thought we'd lose 2-0. Mickey, I think you were talking about maybe it's a draw. You've been pretty happy with the draw, Mickey?
I'd have been delighted with the draw. Absolutely delighted with the draw.
Exactly. And so, Davey, you pulled it out again, mate. That's a few times you've done that, mind.
I'm feeling confident about tomorrow as well. I'm going to predict the Callum Whelan stunner.
Oh my God! Is there something in the water?
No, it's well, you can't see this, but it's actually Iron Brew I'm drinking. We've had messages coming in. Steve Farnfield's put good evening, hello all, with a little smiley face. We've got evening from Mason. Sean White has put evening, massive 3 points down at Southend. It certainly was.
Sean, I'll give you a kiss when I see you.
We've got a good evening from all the Waldens. Hello there to all the
Hello there.
We're all doing well. And good evening. Happy Monday, says Sean Parry. And Trina has put evening all and a kiss. I don't know who the kiss is for. Will not.
Probably for you, Steely.
I tell you though, doesn't it make Sundays and Mondays much better when we've won? It was just such a good feeling, wasn't it? It was a good win that on Saturday. Have you got the highlights, Davey?
Well, do you know where it is? You must be absolutely psychic because I've just pressed play. Not that you can watch them, but I mean,
I can see them. It's okay.
I haven't seen them.
Have you not?
No, I've seen Nanga's goal, but I haven't seen the highlights.
I tell you, for those listening, I mean, honestly, they put us through it a little bit towards the end. So the commentary lads, and obviously Southend. But anyway, we'll start off. I'll let you lads are watching, so you can talk through it.
I was going to say, this is the first time I'm probably watching them. I've seen them all put up today. But Denanga, I mean, he just pulled that one wide there, beat the offside trap. And he's playing with a lot of confidence at the moment as Marcus, and lovely to see.
Yeah, he put himself about on Saturday against Barnet, didn't he? He didn't get many chances, but he was there. He was putting himself out. He's hustling. He's holding the ball up well.
He held the ball up well there on the highlights, and obviously wrestled to the ground here. But that's what he's doing. I mean, Christ, his hand on the head there, but he really is mixing it up, isn't he?
Yeah, he certainly is. I mean, to be fair, sorry, Steely, go on.
No, I was just going to say he's got his mojo back. Well, go on, Mickey. What are you going to say?
I was going to say Kain Adom and Dijon Brown coming in. I think he's given a kick up the backside, and I think he admitted that in the interviews on Saturday night.
Well, so competition doesn't do anyone any harm, does it?
Yeah,
no.
Just were talking there before you got into that bit of the conversation. Ed Francis with a free kick that was saved. It was a good save from the keeper. Did anyone notice his full-time reaction? Which I thought, obviously, nice for him to be back. With the head injury and stuff. But there was rumours about him, being offers from MK Dons, and it didn't sink to his head. Hasn't upset him. He got out there, and you could see that lad was hungry to play for Gateshead. and the celebration at the end showed that all, and that's refreshing to see, because look, a lot of players would go, oh, I missed the opportunity there, and Nathan dwelled on it, and that isn't, well, we know he's not the type of character, and he's proven what value he is to the team.
I seen Ed Francis in the team on Saturday. I thought, wow, I didn't expect that.
No. Would he be match fit? Would he be match sharp? Would he put a shift in?
Oh, he certainly put a shift in, Harry.
Their third time, but hey, what a finish! Finish is a finish. And,
hey, get in.
Sorry, not the fox in the box; it's the bear in the box. But
he was on the ground like a bear.
Look, it doesn't matter how they're going off your backside, off your shin. Look, this lad is hungry to get this in the back of the net. Look at that; he's off the ground and smacking it towards the goal. So I'm buzzing for him that he's got
his right foot, you know.
Yeah. Well,
Marcus doesn't normally do now with his right foot. I think it's just for standing on.
Yeah. You know what it is? All great strikers talk about just getting that goal. It doesn't matter how it goes in, even if it's off the backside. It doesn't matter. Just get the goal, and your confidence grows, and hopefully he'll kick on now. He's back basically.
We've got DB 30 Sports TV is put evening. Good evening, everyone, especially Eddie Beach. Am I right, Southend fans?
That's a bit harsh.
Yeah,
they were a bit frustrated, I think, with some of the time waste and antics. In fact, he got booked in the first half, did Eddie Beach, for time wasting.
Well, it wasn't without the scares there. We just seen them hit the woodwork in the highlights there, and
they're going to hit the woodwork again in a second.
But what a win! I mean, there's the crossbar rattled as well from a header inside the box. But
Eddie had it covered.
Yeah, of course, covered. Yep. But I mean, you go there. Look, you can just see that on there. Look at the reaction from Ed Francis, and
just hugs him.
I was actually having a conversation with Mark Carruthers, and I said, when we get Greg Ollie back, Tinkler back, you've really got, in truth, 6 captain candidates out there. Of course, Greg's club captain. We've seen Tinks can do it. You wouldn't be fussed. You wouldn't be too angry if Story was captain. Kenton's doing it. Ed Francis and Whelan. I mean, what a group of leaders we've got out there on the pitch. And when one isn't there, the others step up. And it's what a multitude of riches we've got there in the leadership roles.
I've got to say this. I think Louis' Story for the last 6 weeks has been outstanding.
Yeah,
I know Hannon got player of the month.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry, Luke, but I voted for Louis. I just think since he's had to step up to the plate. Where Megan busted Gannon, Louis been outstanding.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he's been sharp as well. There was that criticism at the beginning of the season, but my goodness, he's been quality. The games I saw him, especially Oldham away, I thought he was superb. Just marshalling defence, marshalling the team. Yeah, you've got a captain at the back.
Definitely. Just a little word to the wise. Of course, we are broadcasting in 3 places tonight to get more awareness of the show out there, and of course, Gated Football Club. More importantly, you can interact like you're seeing here at the moment. We've got Louise Dick has sent us a message saying, "Evening, lads. If you would like to do that, come over to YouTube, search for Heat Army Podcast, subscribe, and you can do that as well. Because this is where we predominantly broadcast from YouTube, and that's where the full interaction is. But we are on Twitter as well. You can reply to the actual post. And James Lampard's give us a like. And as I say, we've got a lot of time for James Lampard, friend of the show, and have him interacting there as well. And we've got a message here from Steve Farnfield and Sandra. It's put, no screaming, Davey, if Wheelo scores. Look, if it's not a worldie, I'll not scream like a stuffed pig. But, if Hannon steps up the game like I don't know if I told you on the last one, after the Hannon goal, I was FaceTiming my mum, and she was on her bed, and she had the telly on in the background, and then all of a sudden you just heard me screaming in the background. ITV had used the the highlights. So thank you to Simon O'Rourke for putting them out there. We've got predictions happening already. That's 3-1 to the Heat. We'll get them later.
Because you started it off, Davey, didn't you? You got a bit excited at the top.
I did. I got a little bit excited. It's not like me. Evening, lads. I said on the last podcast for 2 Wembley trips, and you didn't read it out. It's still on. It certainly is. It was the possibility of 2 Wembley trips. It is. So sorry about that. We've got some lovely photos from Charles to put up as well when we talk about the ladies. And if you are just joining us, thank you very much. Davey Steele is here. But he's in his car and he's on hands-free, so he hasn't got his camera or anything like that. He's just got his phone to the side, so he can still be with us. And Steely, you were going to be with us in person on camera, but you're having to go up to the island, aren't you?
Yeah, I was about to say I best explain what I'm doing. So it's great living and working on an island at times, but when you get a late call like this, I've now got to drive. I'm going to get up there by about midnight, and I cross the North Sea tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. So it's part of work, and hence why I'm beaming live from the A1 as we speak.
So there we go. Look at that. We it's not as exciting as having you from the Antarctica.
With the same temperature, though.
Before we go any further forward, please do like our social medias and remember to subscribe. And we'll be back with you just after this momentarily. It would be if it were. Messages are flying in. Thank you very much to everyone that is sending them in. We've got here, Poppy says it's because Denanga sends a message every game. There we go. We've got more messages here. We've got in the comments of the highlights, the Southend fans complaining about the referee, our goalie time wasting, and our players already diving. Just sounds like sour grapes to me. Well, we all have them days. We've all had them rants. Can you shout out my dad, Mick, out? He's had his crap at darts. So there we go. Ryan's dad's crap at darts.
Ryan Brown's dad's crap at darts. Go on, Mick.
It's an awful thing. Hello, gents. Tremendous. Oh, lovely bit of vocabulary there. Tremendous win against Southend. Couldn't be more happy with that. Roll on tomorrow, Eastleigh. Let's see how high we can go. And big shout out to Eddie Beach. Southend fans would approve. As
I'll call him now.
I've noticed on Twitter you started calling them that, Mickey.
For Echo Beach, the song by Martha and the Muffins.
Yeah.
Any news on Ollie? He is running. He is back on the grass.
Is he? Excellent.
Yes. I think it'll be a few weeks, maybe a month still. I think they're not going to rush him back. It's still mending. It'll be getting stronger and stronger. But at the moment, there's lads in there that are.
Any news on Tinkler?
I think he's about the same. But I mean, just talking about that, obviously, Ollie is a big miss, of course, club captain, and we know what he can do. But the midfield debate at the minute, Regan Booty should be back. It's a headache selection. You've got a lot of midfielders there.
I take it Regan's still suspended tomorrow.
He could be, couldn't he?
What did he get 3 games? Was it 3 games?
It's normally straight red's normally 3 games, isn't it?
So he probably is. It's probably the last one. Yeah. Actually, is Paul McCallum in suspended?
Yeah, allegedly.
He got sent off, didn't he? He got sent off on Saturday.
Mason told me yesterday when I speak to Mason, they've still got Chris Maguire and ex-Sunderland lad and a few other players, so it's not going to be easy tomorrow.
Oh no,
not at all.
But we're talking about players here, Masons. But once we get a fully strength squad, we'll go to another level. You would expect that there's more to come from it. We 2 important players to come back. We've already got Francis.
They're almost going to be like new signings because they'll be quite, they'll be very fresh in their legs. I mean, they're not played for several months. It's like bringing 2 new players in almost.
It certainly is. And of course, one thing that we haven't mentioned, of course, is that we are back in the playoffs. We got to stay there because Oldham couldn't get past Ebbsfleet on the late kickoff. So that was great. Another little shot in the arm. It was a little bonus to stay there. But yeah, I mean, you know, you look, it's a very different team, shall we say, to what we had at the beginning of the season. Maybe a little bit different tactically, but still playing entertaining football and, you know, trying to get back on that track of scoring goals, because we had that little lull, didn't we, for a while, where goals were just evading. And now we're just starting to consistently score in games. So you just hope that can continue tomorrow.
Well, the heads were down, weren't they? You know, just at the back end of Christmas, up for 2 games against York, and then we got tanked, and we soon after that, and heads were down a bit. You know, there was a lot of uncertainty with signing good players leaving. You know, the players who were on loan go back to other clubs and parent clubs, and so generally the mood was pretty down, but it's completely reversed. We've completely switched. We've got new lads coming in. They're busting the guts. You know, some of our players have got form again, like Dianga. It's pretty positive at the moment.
It really
Do you think
is.
it was a case of them getting over what had happened?
I think so. I think it took a few weeks. But yeah.
I think it come as a shock to them all.
Yeah. Definitely. I think it's.
Because I think you fear the worst, don't you? I mean, as a player, you're sitting there seeing your best players leave the team, and you're thinking, your head's got to drop. I mean, we're just humans at the end of the day. Surely they're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, it's going to be one, because obviously it's close knit, and it still is. It seems to be a great mood in camp. You've seen that with the interviews with Rob Elliott pre-game. Young Darcy's put evening all. Hello, Darcy. I voted for Story after receiving a bit of stick from fans, obviously earlier in the season, which I never agreed with at the time. I thought they were looking for someone and just targeted Louis, which was very unjust. But he's definitely shut up those critics. And
every team has a scapegoat, though, doesn't it?
Yeah. Steely's A1 Adventures, says Mr. Luke.
I wish I wasn't. Anyway.
Evening all. We've got a message from Charlotte Hodgson, who I owe an apology to for saying that she was sending naughty messages. And also, my wife wasn't too happy because she thought I was flirting. So, isn't that right, Pet? I just got it. Mm-hmm. So, evening, gents. The Gated shop. The new players are available to sponsor at half price on the website as well. So, yes, if you'd like to sponsor one of the players at the end of the season, of course, I think you get the shirt and your name in the program and on the website. And when they score as well, I believe, on the club's socials. We've got, I've seen your advert, Steely, for the job on the island. I can always look after McGreg's, mate.
Was that Charles Woff by any chance?
It certainly was. And Gated Stats has put, does anyone know the first name of Miss Burns' sub of yesterday's ladies' game? Hopefully they'll get back to winning ways.
Oh, well, there was 2. Come on, was Ellie and I can't remember. Might have been Ellie.
Could be Ellie Burns. We'll hopefully get that. Get that sorted. We've got another message here from Steve Farnfield. Steely, the weather forecast is that you're definitely going to the island tomorrow. Are you going to get stuck overnight on the A9? You're not going to get back, are you?
It sounds pretty poor, doesn't it? People are talking about snow up in Scotland, aren't they? Is that right? Is that what he's insinuating?
I think it's going to come right across the country on Thursday. But just on the off, have you got enough supplies for when you get out there? Have you got?
I've got a lot of supplies. Yeah, I've been doing this job long enough to realise. If I go out there, I take a risk to make sure if I get stuck.
I reckon he's got 4 Yorkies, 3 pot noodles, and a copy of Razzle.
Can you still buy
the whiskey?
I've got a few of them. I tell you, they'll keep us warm.
He got on his cornflakes in the morning.
Whiskey galore.
The referee absolutely played the crowd with the time wasting yellow cards. Even I can't stand that level of whinging, and I love a good whinge. We know that, Dan. We know you love a whinge. We all do.
Yeah.
Eastleigh have Scott Quigley as backup, so no doubt he'll be starting tomorrow. Yeah,
he's good.
He's good. Quigley, to be fair to him.
I fancy us tomorrow. Going to be a long trip for Eastleigh, especially being on a Tuesday night. Of course, that does play into our hands. We've had
Southampton, man.
Well, we had to go down there on a Tuesday night and won 5-1, wasn't it, last time?
5-2.
5-2.
So yeah, and Ken Webster's put, I have been saying for a while Denanga was due a goal. Well, yeah, lovely for him to get it, and hopefully he'll come to that tomorrow. So it really is quite good. And I just say, but Steely, you're not going to get back for the game, are you? Obviously, you're going to be stuck up there on the island listening tomorrow.
I'm good, and so I'll be listening to you, David. Listening to your dulcet tones. So plenty of screaming tomorrow night, please.
I'll just be when Mark's poking us, telling us not to scream. So you got to remember though, poor Mark's headphones on when I'm doing that.
Oh, hey, David, you want to get a decibel reader? Just see how loud you go.
We need to. I'm just going to push myself back here. Could everyone say get well soon? Sophia, she's behind us here. She's not very well at all. She's got tonsillitis. Get well soon, Sophia. Been off school. She's been hot and cold, and sorry, she didn't want to be on camera. But there we
go.
Get
well soon, Sophia.
Get well soon, Sophia. Sorry about that. But as I say, she's devastated. Right. Let's have a little look down here. We've got more messages coming in.
Not that I want to be not that I want to be critical, because you don't want to criticize, especially in the media. But if there's some critical advice for the Southend commentators, just show a little bit of respect to your opposition, please. If anyone's is Mickey gone? Or have I gone?
He's back.
I was saying, Mickey, just a little bit of respect should be shown by the Southend commentators. You don't want to criticise lads, doing a job. But yeah, I just thought they weren't too complimentary about Gateshead and their ways. Couldn't believe our style of football. And I just thought, well, just do your homework. Have a bit of respect for us, please. So yeah, if anyone's from Southend, you can pass that on.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest. At the end of the game, it was everything they've done wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. So, I think they were disappointed. Naturally, they were hoping for a win. Let's be honest, they were hoping to beat Little Gateshead. So
I think Ian Barron's commenting on my haircut, his book council haircut. It was worse last week. It grew in quick, isn't it? Look, I've got a bit of colour there.
That's right. Hey,
we've got is Del Boy driving in his Robin Reliant?
Could you imagine?
Puffin soup? Can you survive on puffin soup? Steely?
Absolutely. I'm going to eat one of these days. I'll eat it live on podcast if you want us to.
We've got roast seagulls, Stevie.
No, goodness.
Peter Walton, Bloodknock, he's tuned in from Wales, so thank you very much for joining in. Sean Parry says, get well soon, Sophia. So does Christopher Story, get well soon. And there's a few from Trina as well, and from Alan Guest. So there you go, Sophia. People are saying get well soon.
Well soon.
Yeah, but I don't think a seagull would taste that nice, to be honest. I don't think it's that meaty, is it?
Can you imagine how tough it is? Do you want to know a little insight? I've tasted quite a lot of the eggs. So I've tasted like guillemot eggs and eider eggs and herring gull eggs and lesser blackback gull eggs. So I can tell you which ones are good and bad from the egg point of view. But
what's your best egg? What's your best egg? Because I like a duck egg. It's nice and rich. Nice and rich.
So if you look at there's a list of the best eggs, and it's the gull. The gull eggs are meant to be the best.
Oh,
apparently, better than hen eggs. Apparently. So,
have you had a goose egg?
Have I had what? Sorry?
Have you had a goose egg?
I have. Yes. Yeah, I've had a goose egg. Yeah.
Well, have you had a goose egg?
I haven't had a goose egg. I've had a pigeon's egg.
Have you?
Have you?
It's a bit like a quail egg.
So there we go. You see, we'll learn something new all the time here on the Heed On Me podcast.
Well, in catering, obviously, that's what I've had quail eggs, the tiny little ones, and the pigeon's eggs weren't much different.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Sean White has put, I was at the Eastleigh game last season on a Tuesday. I got home at 4 a.m. Well worth the trek. I'm sure it certainly was. You seen the fabled Aaron Martin hat-trick.
Yeah.
We've got, I'm going 2-1. People getting the predictions in early. Come on.
Wow.
Nice, not skidding, are you, Steely?
What, sorry?
I thought your car was skidding off the road. We've got
No.
We've got Vanessa sent a message. Evening all. Sorry for the late check-in tonight. What a great weekend. It certainly was.
Certainly was. Did Wickham Wanderers win, Vanessa? I don't know.
Hang on. We've got Steely Egg Show.
No, I don't
know. We've got I Like Aldi. Here's Charles.
I like Aldi eggs.
Alan Guest has had duck eggs. So there we go. Hang on, what we've got here?
Yeah.
Well, if it's roasted puffin or seagull, make sure there's plenty of gravy or peppercorn sauce. So there you go. I mean, we're getting all these things in.
These ideas.
Oh, sorry, we're putting her off our food about the eggs. But yeah,
you can eat puffins in Iceland, as in the country, not as the supermarket.
Yeah,
I've got to see it. You just have to go out in the shop and start eating one.
Chris Story likes duck whenever he goes to the Indians. I like duck whenever I'm cheeky to all last because I have to.
Pancakes at the Chinese. Wow.
Oh yeah, nice.
Hey,
you're making us hungry, lads. Shut up. Talk about football again.
Hang on. Liv's put an excellent show. Oh, I like what you did.
Oh,
did.
Had a good chat with Steely at Barnet game about Antarctic travels. What a nice bloke. Don't know if he's extremely brave or just daft. I think
just daft, Colin.
yeah, absolutely, Colin. Well, actually, it was nice to know who it was. Colin, nice to talk to you, mate. I'll catch up with you again at some stage.
Hang on now. We go off on tangents here on the podcast.
Oh, do we not? We've got
and Scurfield has just put duck chow mein is a game changer.
Oh, I've never had duck chow mein.
I've never had duck chow mein.
I've never had that.
Chicken chow mein. At the best of times, I mind having it in the chow mein, Scurf.
We've got this conversation.
He's a bit.
Sorry?
That conversation about what, sorry?
We've got this conversation. Eggs just screams podcast Bush Tucker Trials needs to be a thing at some point. No, it doesn't.
Yes, let's do it.
Hang on. Oh God, just I was going to say Bush Tucker Trials. We needn't get anything exotic. We needn't get anything exotic if we've Bush Tucker Trials. We'll just get one last to cook a meal. So there we go.
Davey.
Oh God, I could say that. I'm the boss of my own house when she's not around.
I'll tell you what it is, and he'll be ringing us up on Wednesday saying, "Lads, I'm bad."
Yeah. We've got Northern Beast Media says, "Evening chaps," and there could be something on the way from Northern Beast Media soon.
Oh, exciting!
Evening, Jamie. Hope you're well. Keep up the good work, son.
Yeah. So there we go.
Another good one on Saturday. Away to Southend. There's another good picture.
Oh, fantastic! I love how he put the wheel in, didn't he, from the pier down at Southend?
Yeah,
that's right.
I've got back to football. Not just yet, Charles Waff. Don't you worry about that. Right, let's have a little look here. We are dog sitting last week and had to pick up a few eggs out the garden. Oh, lovely.
Johnny, you're a bad man.
They're called in the trade hand warmers. It's kicking off at Davey's house. Tea towels getting thrown about, except the kitchen sink next. What are you doing? You just stand on my shoulder. I don't like this. Tell you, something's going to happen. We've got here. Is Davey going to get the order of the rolling pin before the end of the show? I might do.
I'm certified where it's going to go.
At least put some glitter on it so the flower doesn't stick. Right, so we've got the designs are absolutely fantastic every week. They are. Jamie's designs are great. So to say, keep an eye out for them. They keep coming every week and keep getting better as well. Just having a little look. Just remember, if you're watching on anywhere else apart from YouTube, we are going out on Instagram live on the Heed Podcast one and on Twitter. We're going out on there to show that this is here. This is happening live. You can interact, and the best place to interact is on YouTube. So come over, like, and subscribe. Dog's house for you tonight, Davey. I think it could be. I can talk about. I know she's not here. I'll tell you what. So obviously, I don't condone domestic violence because I'm sick of getting it against me.
I know the feeling doesn't seem to me.
Honest, I remember when I was single and now I was the boss of my own home. It was great. Now I'm just I come after the fish. Now I'm about 5th or 6th in line in this house. And I wouldn't want it any other way. So let's get back to football. Of course, Eastleigh tomorrow night. A couple of these games that we've got, I think Solihull's got to come up on a Tuesday as well. It's nice that just the footballing gods have kind of worked it out in our favour for once. We're not the ones having to chase these long away trips at the end of the season, like down to Torquay that we infamously had, and games like that. It's not refreshing, but it makes a change for us, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, absolutely. And also these games. It was one or two of the games were postponed when our heads were down, when we were talking about that little bit of a blip, so it was actually a blessing as well.
But we have got a run of games in here, and we've got a load of messages, but I'll go to this one here. It's caught my eye. Busy run of games, Tuesday, Saturday, and I think at this time of year, you kind of prefer that. You just get through the games, keep the match fitness. You don't have to do too much heavy training. And as long as you come out with them with no injuries, then there's no real problem with playing every other couple of days, is there?
Well, I think if you're winning,
you
don't feel tired. It's when you start getting beat. I think that's when players, we're looking a bit leggy, we look a bit tired. The excuse is there. But also, if you get beat, it means you haven't got long to wait to try and put it right as well. So works both ways, really, doesn't it?
It certainly does. We've got a message from Liv Walden. We'll put this to Patrick ourselves, but do you know if Patrick are going to start doing a children's range? I don't know if they are, possibly with the new T-shirts that's coming out, but we'll find out and we'll let you know. But yeah, it should be hopefully very interesting. I know because we haven't heard much from Patrick since before Christmas. Of course, a very busy time of year for sportswear companies. They're trying to nail down new teams to work with, nail down designs for next season. It's all go at the moment, but we have had contact and say everything's on a positive front, and hopefully we'll find out that information soon. And we have here, we've got Hartlepool and Chesterfield home games would both need rearranging if we make the trophy semi-finals. So just get past the next game. Don't look too far into the future there. You can't help it though, can you? We'll go down to Southend, get a result. We're playing a team for the lower league, but we've got to go down there, respect our opponents, and put them to the sword, haven't we? That's what's got to happen down on Saturday. But we'll get to that Thursday night.
You've got to be professional. Go down to Hereford. It's going to be tough. There's need two ways about that. They're going to be fired up for it.
There's many a team come to Gateshead over the years that were supposedly the big boys. I'll tell you, one of the ones that really sticks out in my mind was Boston United. They came to Gateshead, had just been a football league club, and it was in the FA Trophy, and we battered them 3-0. But their players before the game were laughing in the bar, the ones that were injured, about the standard of what was around them and stuff like that, where they were having to play. And they weren't laughing at full time, I tell you that. You've got to go with a professional attitude, and I don't think our boys go with anything but. We've got a message here. Ben Allison, what time does commentary start tomorrow? If you read out both lineups out, it starts at 7:30, and we'll hopefully have the lineups by then. 1 second. Where's my receipt for the Wembley Hotel? You're flash, aren't you, Dan? You can afford one of them. Christ, it was fortune last year getting a hotel near there. But yeah, no, I mean, look, it's exciting. That's why we follow football. You've got to say, after last season, you look at the squad, it's in a better shape than what it was this time last year. And why not dream of Wembley? You know, this is what we're in football for. If you can't dream of it, you know, what's the point in it?
I mean, this time last year, we're trying to get our arses back up the league, really, weren't we?
Without a doubt. It's a nice position to be in, sitting in the playoffs and, you know, in the 5th round against a team in the lower league. But you've got to go in there and win. It's a cup competition. It's always going to be hard.
If you remember as well, the FA Trophy, it was almost like a different team, wasn't it? Because half our players were cup tied, and you know, so it was. If you remember that, and as you said, fighting for our lives at the bottom of the division. This is quite a nice position to be in. We find ourselves.
Well, we'll get more into Hereford at the weekend. Obviously, we're going to have a show on Thursday night at 8 o'clock to talk about tomorrow's game and preview the Hereford game. But Adam Rooney's in their ranks now. Of course, getting a bit older, but still a dangerous player. I mean, you know, he had that massive money move to Salford, didn't he, from Aberdeen? And it was on tremendous money then. But yeah, still got to go out there and do it on the pitch. And
still got to beat them. Yeah, Davey, is it? You know, if it was a draw after 90 minutes, would it be extra time and penalties? There's no replays?
No, I think it's straight to penalties, isn't it?
Straight depends. I think straight depends.
Yeah, I think both teams have to agree on it, don't they? But I think at this time of year, costs and replays and stuff, I think we just want to get it over on the day. So yeah.
And the other question is, I suppose we probably won't know the answer to yet. I wonder if there's any commentary for that game, because, you know, Hereford quite a big team, and that's
normally is. I'd imagine there'd be BBC coverage for them.
BBC, Hereford, and Worcestershire normally cover Hereford, so
good. Yeah,
they're quite biased. Just so we'll be expecting a very biased commentary again.
More the same, basically.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get to listen to the commentary on Saturday because I went to the pictures with the kids, and like also Mickey and Steely were having like a massive conversation, and also had my pocket vibrating all the way through, and like trying to have a sly look every so often to see if I had scored or not. But,
maybe that wasn't your phone.
I know. It was a stranger next to us.
At one point, I was nearly sick, and Steely will back us up.
Yeah.
And it was just super nerve-wracking.
It's when he said there's 8 minutes of injury time. I was like, oh my God, we've got another 8 minutes of this.
We've got a message from our friend Cow Daly. If we make the playoffs, I'll be ecstatic. If we finish mid-table, I'll be happy. I'll be more than happy. Look at the progression.
Oh God, yeah.
We've got to look at the progression. Yes, we're flying early in the season and stuff, but you've got to look at the climate. What's happened? We've lost players. We've gained players. It's a transitional time, new manager. If we can finish in the top 10, I will be cock a hoot on that one. There's so much positivity about the club and its identity, and an incubator for improving young talent. I can't argue with any of that. And hopefully, we can continue in that vein. But we've got about 20 minutes left, and you can start to get your predictions in for tomorrow's game against Eastleigh. So if you'd like to send them in, please do. If you're watching on Twitter or on Instagram, come on to YouTube and send us your messages there. And it should be really good. But Davey, you're going to have to tune into that one, aren't you? Are you making the trip down to Hereford on Saturday?
I will,
yeah. Oh, Dad, you're putting in some miles this week, aren't you?
I'm not.
I'm not.
No, I'm certainly not. No, I can't do it this weekend. In fact, we've got a spell of away games, haven't we? We've got a few away games coming up.
Yeah, I don't think we've got another home game till late February now, isn't it? It's a bit of a good few weeks. Oh God, the predictions are flying in. We've got St. Geordie 3-1. Tight 2-1 win to the Heed. Johnny Gray goes 3-2. Darcy Gray 3-1. 2-0 to Gateshead, says Gateshead Stats. We've got 3-0 to the Heed, Christopher Story. Liv Walden goes 3-1 win. Mr. Luke 3-1 win to us. God, they're all flying in. Thank you very much, everybody. We've got Sean Parry goes 4-2, Trina 2-1, Alan Guest 2-0, and Ken Webster 2-1. Keep doing that. And also remember to like the video as well. Let's get the likes right up as well. See if that can help us hit more people. But Dan Bell has put the end of the game on Saturday was grueling. That goal frame felt like as though it grew about 20 feet height and width. Yeah, he's having to blow with all he might to stop the ball going in. 2-0 says Craig 2-4-2-7. And Colin Dilbo has got a 3-1 win. We've got Hereford away, Wheelstone away, and Woking away. There's a lot of miles there for Gated on the coach coming up in the next few weeks. And hang on, the two most important people, Poppy and Tabitha, have got their predictions in. Poppy's going 5-0 and Tabitha 3-1. So I'll be ecstatic with either of those girls. So we've got the Mystic Walden girls there. Let's hope it comes true. Why is the schedule so weird? It seems to have 2 home games and 2 away games consecutively.
What do you fancy, Mickey?
Chicken vindaloo and rice and poppadoms and onion bodies if you're buying.
I wouldn't mind some fried chicken myself at the minute. Just answer Christopher Story's message. Answer there. It went this way because of the cup and because of game congestion through games being called off. So that's why the fixtures are a little bit iffy at the moment. But Mickey, what's your proper prediction? What do you want tomorrow?
I'm going to go 2-1 to the Heat. I think it'll be much tighter than people think it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I've said that before. We've battered people, so I'm sticking to it.
It'll be a tight game. Pretty much that's what I was going to go for. 2-1.
Steve Farnfield goes 2-2. Well, I'm going to go right across different to you. I'm going to go 4-1 win to Gated Rampant. Denanga to Whelan. And we're going to see Dijon get a goal as well as a late substitute. So there we go. You heard it here first, and you'll never hear it again because it won't.
I'll tell you what to do tomorrow, lads. Everybody get on Twitter and see how cold it is. Just make sure you tell everyone how cold it is if you're coming from Eastleigh.
Oh, yeah.
Put the shit up before they even get here.
Say 2-1, Brown and McBride, the scorers, says Dan Bell. 1 second. Folks like my message, the boos from Southerners were music to my ears. I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
And the girls have gone to bed now. Well, night, girls.
Stop sparing again now, lads.
Yeah. As I mentioned before, we are going to be live again on Thursday evening to talk about this game and obviously preview the Hereford game, getting the FA Trophy magic because, look, anything can happen. And, go down there, we'll find ourselves in the hat on Monday, and that would be a lovely place to be, wouldn't it, lads?
I'll certainly take it. I think it'll be an incredibly tough game, but especially the battle what their friends yesterday on Saturday, didn't it? So
they certainly did, but hopefully that gives them false confidence in beating Blythe 5-2. But talking about that game, congratulations to Ollie Thompson on scoring on his debut there as well. Obviously on loan until the end of the season. So hope Ollie continues to progress there, and he's got off the mark, which you can't ask more for, really, can you? So,
yeah, I'm pleased for him. I love to see any of the lads doing well. And Paul Blackett scored for South Shields on Saturday, ex-Gated, and Scarborough penned them back, and their playoff hopes are still in the balance, but it looks like Tamworth have ran away with the National League North now.
Back to our players tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing Evans play tomorrow. I say just starting to see more and more from the lad in recent games, and I think the big pitch helps him. I think he likes a bit of movement. He seems to have an eye to pass the ball forward, as we've seen for the Kain Adom goal last week. But I'm looking forward to seeing that young lad again. Is anyone that you are hoping to see do well tomorrow, boys?
Well, I just want to keep getting wild. Basically, I mean, at the end of the day, I know we've got 3 points off Southend, and it would be nice to get 3 points and go up the league again. But even if we got a point tomorrow, you would, after beating Southend and taking a point, if it was the other way around, would draw at Southend and beat Eastleigh, you would have took that. So even a point's not a bad one for tomorrow.
No. Right. Well,
Yeah.
we've got a message. Yeah. Sorry.
Just another game to get my lads. Sorry, I'm just saying. It's another good game to get my lads gelled together, isn't it? You know, it's another game of football. I'd like to see Adom play, but a lot of competition in that midfield. So gotta watch your space.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Charles Waff put was cold at the ladies' game yesterday. While we're talking about that, we'll get some of the pictures up. And I say, unfortunately, the ladies didn't manage to get across the line yesterday and pick up 3 points. But you were there, Mickey. What was it like?
It was, as Charlie says, it was really, really cold. The wind was blowing the hoolie. We got beat 3-1. We're 1-0 up in the first half with a wind assisted goal from Jess Richardson. And second half, we never really got started, and Wallsend just played to the conditions and got a couple of goals. The last goal was a breakaway goal, and that challenge there where Sharon's going down, that was 2-1 to them at the time, and that was a blatant penalty. I mean, the Barnsley went just chopped her doing. It was, but the wind was the bar was just kind of everywhere. It's wide open, that AstroTurf.
Even Gated Stadium itself is wide open to the elements, and obviously there's no protection there on the 3G at the back. But Mason's put the Lasses game wasn't helped by the wind yesterday, of course.
Wasn't at all. And we got 3 injuries yesterday as well. Holly's the worst. I think she's rolled her ankle. And I've got my reservations with this 4G service. I'm seeing too many injuries on it. I've seen an injury up at Ponteland last week where the lass has twisted her knee, where studs are just stuck in it. The sooner they rip the bloody stuff up, the better. Yeah, it's good for getting the games on, but I think it causes more injuries than helps.
Yeah, I'd say I think it's the same one, isn't it? Oh, no, for some reason, I've got 2 different photos. Oh, there now it is putting a different photo up. Yeah, you can see that come in there. There's no ball there, is it?
There.
Yeah.
It was a blatant pen. I mean, to be honest, the lad who's referee, we've had him before, and he's normally a good referee. I'm quite surprised he didn't see that one, to be fair, because he is quite a good referee, and you can talk to the bloke as well. You know, he's not a bad guy, and he's made a mistake. We're human, for God's sake.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. It looks like we've lost Davey. Obviously, we thought we might have lost him earlier, but he more or less had the whole show there. But he's on one. He may come back. I don't know. But always good to have him on.
Just hope he's not in a ditch.
I know. Yeah, that's the worry, isn't it? If there's anything anyone else would like to talk about, please do send in your messages here. So hang on one sec. We've got a message here actually. Are the ladies playing this weekend, Mickey? Better half is at a spa time, so
yes, they're at home, and for some strange reason, I had the thing in my head and I forgot. Johnny, you'll have to come up again.
Yeah, well, Trina's put yes, they're at home, so yeah.
I even looked, and I've just completely forgot.
It happens to the best of us, Mickey, but age isn't on.
I tell you what, there's some good young players come up from under 16s. There's 3 lasses come up. Jess, Ellie, and I'm sorry I can't remember the other one's name. But they look good players. Flashes I've seen them. Yeah, young Jess Whale, I'm really impressed with her. Ellie, that was her first time she'd come on, and she looked tidy when she come on, and I don't know the other girl's name. But she looked a good player as well.
To Washington.
Yes, and yeah, pig. Yeah, and we're all there one.
Yeah, so, well, hopefully they can get back to winning ways. Yeah, and Trina's just confirmed that home to Washington. And what time's kickoff? Is it 2 o'clock, Mickey?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock on the 3G pitches behind Gated Stadium. So if you park over towards where the Gated College bit is,
you can park right at the back there, and it's to be fair, they need to get back on winning ways, and I think they will. To be fair, they owe them one as well, because when we played them down there, they just kept launching it long with the wind. So that's why I'm hoping this bloody wind knocks off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how bad this snow is going to be. That's coming right across the country. I hope it doesn't affect Saturday. But we'll get to know what it's like when it comes and if it goes quick. There we go. So might check the FA site for her name. That's Gated Stats there. Of course, if anyone wants to follow Gated Stats, is it Steph's Gated Stats? Stephanie's Gated Stats on Twitter, and she puts up games that happened on that day, former players' birthdays and stuff like that. So it's a nice one to follow. We retweet a lot of her tweets, so please do get into that.
Steph, if you ask Carl on Twitter, he'll probably answer you.
Yeah. So yeah, get into that. Well, we've got about 5 minutes left. If there's any topic anyone wants to talk about, please do message in. And if you're just joining us as well, thank you. Subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody. And also as well, we are going to be back on Thursday evening to talk about tomorrow night's game and preview the Hereford game properly and get ourselves in the FA Trophy mood. Well, look at this. I mean, Steve and Sandra Farnfield, they come up with the knowledge when you need it. 5 to 10 centimeters of snow Thursday into Friday. I don't know what the temperatures are after that. Hopefully it just melts and goes away.
10 centimeters.
Yeah. It's a big arc blast that's coming in, yeah. So 771 birthday dates so far. Yeah, it's say there's some belters. And also I'm enjoying some of the old names that pop up in the Gate. I think there was at Lancaster today. She put one where Gated went to Lancaster and won. Sorry, I just nearly headbutted the mic there with a sneeze. That would have been good.
Can you remember the name of Lancaster's ground?
Oh, I think it was only the second away ground I ever went to. That
it probably got one of these newfangled names. What used to be called the Giant Axe.
The Giant Axe, yeah. But yeah, we've got. So am I the only person who has liked Help the Podcast? Come on, everyone, like. I know we've got quite a few people tuned in, so hit that like button. And Snow, what's that? Says Vanessa. These Southerners.
Yeah, I think you might feel it on this weekend, Vanessa, because it's covering the whole lot.
We've got to bless you there. And Dan Bell has put there. It's put Giant Axe. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you been there, Dan?
I don't know, but that's when Davey threw his crutches away when we scored. Yeah, through the open air, didn't I?
Yeah. It's a miracle.
A week afterwards, I twisted both my ankles. I hope the Hereford match goes ahead. Hopefully it will. I mean, I don't know how bad this weather is. It's going to blanket the country, isn't it? Apparently, but it's whether if the temperatures rise afterwards or not. I hear too. I'm not whatever that is. But keep them messages coming. We've got a lot of people joining us late on, so thank you very much. So if you have missed it, you can watch it back. We will put up the audio version as well, and if I've remembered to delete in the background the previous broadcasts. So apologies when I do miss that. It's just dumbness from myself for the audio listeners. Yes, I have. Last ground I went to before the first lockdown. Last game I didn't vlog. Oh, well, there we go. Yeah.
One of his vlogs, it was, I'm trying to think who it was. I think it might have been Horden, where he nearly got blew away and absolutely drenched. You'll have to remind me, Dan.
What was that Lancaster game when was it Derek the bus driver? He missed the turning. Wall thought we were going to get some fish and chips at Kirby Stephen, and we had to go all the way up to Carlisle.
I can't remember.
Missed the turn, and Carter was shouting, we're doomed, and there's no fish and chips.
I mean, that was when we started singing "There's Only One Shirley Temple" at
Ben Ryan, yeah.
Ben Ryan.
There's obviously, if anyone doesn't know who Ben Ryan was, he used to play for Gateshead, and he had lovely curly locks, didn't he? And he looked like Shirley Temple, and he didn't know who it was. He had to ask who it was. But now, obviously, he lives in Australia, and he's a football coach over there, quite successful. And when it's his birthday, there's like myself, Carter, and maybe one or two others will go, "Happy birthday, Shirley!" And like he puts a smiley, laughing face. It's like, Shirley. So, but no, a lot of love.
Did you hear what his mom said?
No.
She says he's turned around and says, "Mom, who's Shirley Temple?" And she says, "Why?" She says, "Because the lads, some of the Gateshead fans, have started singing "There's Only One Shirley Temple," and she walked away laughing at you.
Yes, I have. Oh, sorry, I've read that one. Horden versus Newton Aycliffe at the.
That's the one.
I'll never fully recover. Tell you what, I got really ill at Horden Colliery Welfare. FA Cup. It was where Atkinson scored. I got soaked right through, and I got a touch of pneumonia. I was shaking in bed for about 3 nights in a row. It was.
I was like Gretna.
Yeah, it was that was horrible. And apparently, I was right. That was where Derek missed the turn, and we went all the way up to Carly. I was starving for fish and chips, and all.
That sounds good fun on there.
I avoided having like a pie at the ground, because I thought I was stopping for fish and chips on the way back, and I wasn't that when also as well had to pull over to have a pee, and the police car went past, and I panicked or peeing off the side of the road.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, where was it? Farsley Celtic. Well, I had bloody sugar in the salt canisters at the tea bar. And I got gravy pie and chips and peas and put a bloody sugar on it instead of salt.
Oh,
I wasn't a happy bunny.
Lovely. We got here. I remember going to Dalton a few years back, and the bus broke down on the way down, and we were stuck in Dalton at full time. They had to get another bus to bring us back to Gateshead. Well, at least you got home. That's the main thing. I got drenched in pre-season game versus. That was bad, wasn't it? Was that last summer or the summer before?
This summer,
yeah, just summer gone. It was horrendous, that rain, wasn't it?
I was under the stands in Geordie, so I was happy.
Yeah. There was a few people I knew, and I've seen pictures on Facebook and Instagram and stuff after the game, and like young kids were drenched. I was bless them. It's probably took the shine.
Thunderstorm, didn't we?
Yeah, at half time it did look like it might have got called off, but it got it right towards the end, didn't it? But yeah, well, I'll tell you what, what a lovely show. Davey said he sent us a message there saying that the reception was poor, and that's why he cut out. Apologies for leaving, but it was nice to have him on still, even though he couldn't make it on a video call. But it's been a pleasure to have all you lovely people here with us. And Mickey, as I say, we'll be there tomorrow. It should be a good one. And it was, we've got Charles Woff. I was taking pictures. I don't know what of. I hope it wasn't more or stand on the side of the road. You'll get arrested for that, Charlie.
Poor Charlie would have been stuck in that bloody thunderstorm against Newcastle taking pictures.
Oh, why? Well, it's starting to come in like on the commentary area, all over the equipment. I'm starting to panic with that. But yeah, on the flip side, the weather, York away bank holiday 2018, generally thought I was going to melt. Yeah, we've had a few of them.
That was a nasty one, that one.
Yeah, it's you get a bit of them Indian summers, don't you, towards the back end in football. Well, say the back end of summer.
Really hot. You have to run you to water, didn't it?
Aye. They did. But on that note, everybody, we're going to say goodbye. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sending your messages. Thank you for subscribing. And we'll be back on Thursday at 8 o'clock. And tomorrow, let's hope we get another 3 points and stay in the playoffs.
Right. If we get another 3 points tomorrow.
Tell you what, be absolutely fantastic. Right, on that note, bye, everybody.
And see you later. Take care.